The Velveteen Rabbit is a really sweet story, so I'm always on the lookout for adaptations. And when I came across the 1985 version, I knew I had to check it out. This is directed by Pino van Lamsweerde and narrated by Christopher Plummer. And in case you're unaware, I won't go into too much detail about the story, but it's basically about a toy rabbit who feels initially unloved because he's just a stuffed toy and his child has a lot of other fancy toys and doesn't play with the rabbit. But then the rabbit becomes his favourite toy. And he has been told that if you are truly loved by your human, then you will become real. And this boy's love is going to make the rabbit real. But then something happens and things get very emotional. And I won't say any more than that. I didn't find this version to be that emotional. There are other versions that tug at the heartstrings a little bit more. That's not to say it's completely void of emotion, but it's not as emotional as some. But it tells the story well enough. The Velveteen Rabbit is, of course, a really likable character. The pacing is great. The whole thing is about half an hour, which is, I think, a good length of time to tell this story. I don't think I've seen any feature length adaptations, but I've certainly seen other short adaptations, and it does seem to be a good length of time to tell this story. And everything flows well, and the characters are likable, and I have no real complaints. The only thing I didn't love is the animation style. I didn't hate it. I can't say I didn't enjoy watching it, but there are just bits of the animation style that I didn't love as much as I perhaps hoped. I can't quite put my finger on it, and I can't say there's anything specifically wrong with it. I think just when it comes down to personal preference, it's not completely my favourite style. So, not necessarily the fault of the film, just a personal taste. But other than that, I thought it was pretty cute. If you've never read nor seen The Velveteen Rabbit, I'd say it's a pretty good introduction to the story. It's definitely worth checking out. And of course, if you do like The Velveteen Rabbit and you haven't seen this version, then I also think it's worth a watch if you have half an hour to spare and you're looking for a sweet story with generally decent animation, depending on personal tastes, of course. Then the 1985 Velveteen Rabbit is definitely one that I'd say is worth checking out.